Will Trainer, a member of a very wealthy family, has everything one could ever dream of. But it all comes to an abrupt end, when on a rainy day he is struck by a motorcycle. 26-year-old Louisa Clark, whom everyone calls Lou, works at a cafe. Customers adore the young woman for her positivity, kindness and open smile. Unfortunately, the profits are almost non-existent, so the cafe shuts down, and after 6 years Lou loses her job. Lou has a large family that needs money. But finding a job these days is not so easy. Lou's boyfriend, Patrick, tries to encourage her, saying that this is a chance to start over from scratch. He advises the young woman to go to the job center, where they can find her a suitable position. Said, an employee at the job center, offers her an option, a well-paid position, and close to her home as well. But there is one catch: Lou will have to change her wardrobe for this job. Her duties will include caring for a disabled person, driving him places, feeding him, helping him and providing live companionship. A 6-month contract. Lou is ready to do it, and the next day full of enthusiasm she heads to the interview, which takes place in a luxurious mansion. She is greeted by Camilla Trainer. Lou is extremely nervous, especially since her skirt has started to split at the seam, so she makes inappropriate jokes and blurts out complete nonsense. The woman asks why they should hire her instead of one of the previous candidates. Lou explains that she learns quickly and gets along well with people. After the accident, Camilla's son is almost completely paralyzed. The young woman meets Stephen, the head of the family and their business empire. Camilla nevertheless decides to give Lou a chance and shows her the house. The woman truly hopes that Lou will find common ground with Will. It would be good if first and foremost he saw her as a friend rather than as his caregiver. The time comes to introduce Lou to 31-year-old Will. Camilla warns the young woman that her son is often in a bad mood. The first meeting as expected is awkward. Most of the care is handled by Nathan, since much of it involves heavy physical work. Although Will is paralyzed, his mind works perfectly. He never misses an opportunity to make a caustic remark, which embarrasses Lou even more. At home, she is happy to announce to her family that she has been hired. From that day on, her working routine begins, from 8 in the morning until 5 in the evening. Nathan brings her up to speed, explaining which medications need to be given and when. The main part of the job is talking to Will and lifting his spirits. But this turns out to be far from easy because Will wants nothing, given how unfairly life has treated him. Now he is merely dragging out an existence. All of Lou's attempts to get to know him better crash against a wall of coldness. He makes it clear that he is not interested in communicating. Lou finds herself in a difficult situation, having no idea how to approach Will. Incidentally, she no longer tries to stick to a business style, preferring her usual, slightly ridiculous outfits. It makes no difference anyway. Will pays no attention to her at all and barely exchanges a couple of words with her over the next 10 days. Lou even considers quitting, but she cannot afford to lose her job now, since her sister Trina, who is raising her son Thomas on her own, is thinking about returning to college. Trina is counting heavily on the family's support. Lou is too kind to refuse her sister. So the next day she returns to the trainer's mansion once again. Camilla informs her that Will's friends will be dropping by today for an unexpected visit. From the woman's expression, it is clear that this will be a very difficult ordeal. Rupert, Will's best friend, arrives, along with Will's former girlfriend Alicia, whom he broke up with shortly after the accident. Lou accidentally overhears Rupert and Alicia announcing their engagement, which Akanchadilna breaks Will, no matter how hard he tries to hide it. The man smashes the photo frames capturing his past life. He deeply longs for a full life, when he could do whatever he wanted: climb mountains, ski, surf, swim. Patrick, who is into running, is planning a trip to Norway with his friends, where they intend to take part in a marathon. Sometimes Lou feels that there is no place for her in her boyfriend's life. Lou glues back together the photo frames Will smashed. He does not really appreciate this gesture, not wanting any reminders of his past life to remain in the house. The man also states that he does not need Lou's help. Unable to keep it inside any longer, the young woman says that he is poisoning the lives of people who truly care about him. And she is here not because she wants to brighten his life in any way, but because she desperately needs the money. Will would be willing to give all his money to regain his health. Lou's honesty and openness gradually make his heart thaw, and he even suggests that they watch a film together. The rainy weather is just right for it. In general, Lou does not like such films, niche, with subtitles, but to her surprise she genuinely enjoys the viewing. After that, they go for a walk in the garden of the Trainer estate, even though Will had previously categorically refused, not wanting to leave his four walls. Seeing how enthusiastically her son is talking to Lou, Camilla is very pleased. Nathan also notices positive changes in Will. They have almost forgotten when he last laughed. Lou and Nathan accompany Will to the hospital for a routine checkup, which is done once every 6 months. The young woman is upset to hear that Will never recover. Regular physiotherapy can only maintain his condition so that his muscles do not completely atrophy. Winter arrives. Camilla has gone to London on business, so Lou is left alone to care for the sick until Nathan arrives. The man is suffering from a fever and can barely speak. Lou is beside herself with worry. On top of that, Stephen does not answer his phone calls. But fortunately Nathan shows up quickly. While her colleague is busy with the patient, Lou decides to take advantage of the opportunity and rummage through Will's laptop. She watches videos from his past birthdays, when he was still traveling a lot, having fun and generally living a carefree life. Will is glad that Lou is here. She is the only one who makes him smile. He has never met such a spontaneous, kind and sincere person before. Lou has breathed the love of life back into Will. Perhaps not everything is lost yet. Now they go for walks every day. Will likes Lou's unusual taste in clothes. She shares that she once dreamed of becoming a designer, but had to support her family financially, so she found a job and got stuck in that cafe for 6 years. The man advises her not to waste her potential because life is only one, and it should be lived as interestingly as possible. Lately, Will has had no motivation to take care of his appearance, but at last he allows Lou to help him shave his face. The young woman does it with great care and tenderness. Later, she overhears a heated argument between the trainers. Camilla categorically refuses to assist with their son's euthanasia, while Stephen insists that they must respect Will's wish, because he is suffering greatly. One way or another, they have 6 months to make him change his mind. Beside herself, Lou asks Trina for advice on what to do. She really wants to help Will. Trina thinks that her sister should make those 6 months the best time of Will's life. If he has already made up his mind anyway, all Lou can do is make the rest of his life unforgettable. Lou agrees with this, but only in order to persuade Will not to leave this life. She makes a list of the best possible activities. His parents also think it is a good idea and decide that it is better not to interfere, so that Will can feel like a man. Soon Will, Lou and Nathan go to the horse races. But not everything goes smoothly when, after the races, they are refused service at a restaurant without a VIP badge. An awkward situation arises. In the end Lou tells the administrator exactly where to go, and they leave. The experience does not impress Will, quite the opposite. Lou asks him to give her at least one more chance and invites him to a classical music concert. Of course he accepts the invitation. Lou video calls Trina so that she can help her choose a suitable dress for such an event. All three of them go to the concert. Because of her clumsiness, Lou constantly without meaning to, creates awkward situations. After the concert, everyone agrees that classical music is deadly boring. The next day they go on a picnic. Lou would like Will to meet Patrick and her parents and invites him to her birthday on Thursday. Will would have refused anyone else, but not Lou. He meets Bernard and Josie Clark, the young woman's parents. They are simple, welcoming people. Everything goes perfectly. Patrick is 28 minutes late. He talks only about sports, around which his entire life revolves, which makes Lou feel a little embarrassed. Bernard asks why Will has not returned to business, since his mind works perfectly well. The man replies that he has never found the strength to come to terms with the injury that split his life into before and after. When it is time to give presents, Lou's parents give her an album of family photographs. Trina unfortunately could not attend because of her studies. Patrick gives Lou a heart-shaped pendant with his name on it, which does not particularly delight her, unlike Will's gift, bright striped tights she had dreamed of for so long. Soon the man receives an invitation to Alicia and Rupert's wedding. Remaining calm, he asks Lou to go for a walk with him. There is so much he would like to do, for example to go to Paris again. Lou asks why not. But Will does not want to, because in Paris he would rather be himself, the person he was before the accident. He does not want to ruin good memories, but he is determined to go to Alicia's wedding, letting go of old grievances. Will asks Lou to accompany him. At last Bernard gets a job as head of technical services after long months of searching. Lou is very happy for her father, but when she learns that Will hired him, she feels strange. The young woman realizes that he did it for her, so that the financial burden would be lifted from her shoulders and she could for once think about herself. Will meets with Michael Lawler, his lawyer, which means only one thing. He has not changed his decision about euthanasia. Lou tells Camilla about it. They all thought Will was happy, but apparently not happy enough. They go to Rupert and Alicia's wedding. Seeing the newlyweds walking down the aisle, Will barely contains his emotions. Only thanks to Lou's support does he keep his head held high and take no notice of old acquaintances trying to pity him. Lou strikes up a conversation with Mary Rawlinson, the bride's godmother. The woman says that Alicia is a fool to have let a man like Will go and marry Rupert instead. Will is a wonderful man who met with misfortune, and Mary knows what she is talking about. She asks Lou to take good care of him. Alicia approaches Will to express her gratitude for the fact that he came after all. Lou and Will spin in a dance, his wheelchair not hindering them at all. He confesses that Lou is his only reason to wake up in the mornings. She once again suggests that they travel together. And this time he agrees. They return to the Trainer estate happy and hungover. Remembering the promise she made to Will, Lou tells her boyfriend that she will not be able to go with him to Norway. She hates running, bicycles and all that in general. Patrick is hurt by this, since the marathon means so much to him. Will ends up in the hospital. He has a relapse of pneumonia, the 4th time in 2 years. Each time could be the last. Lou spends the night at the hospital, never leaving the door to his hospital room. Will has become very important to her. Nathan decides to speak honestly with Lou, explaining that euthanasia is Will's conscious choice, one he has every right to make. Nathan has known Will for 2 years and often hears him screaming in pain at night. Only with Lou does Will try to appear strong. She however cannot accept this and is ready to do anything to keep him alive. Patrick arranges a romantic dinner for Lou in an attempt to make up with her. They have been dating for 7 years, yet they still do not live together. Lou has never found the courage to ask him for more. The reconciliation begins to fall apart when Patrick learns that his girlfriend will not simply be accompanying Will on a trip. The best possible experiences await them. And although Lou has known Will for only 5 months, she chooses him over her boyfriend. Of course Nathan flies with them to monitor the patient's condition. They check into a luxurious all-inclusive hotel. Over the following days they enjoy the sea, the beach, delicious food and the sun. Nathan meets a pretty young woman named Karen and leaves with her, giving Will and Lou the chance to be alone. Outside there is a downpour and a storm, while inside the room it is warm and cozy. Will asks Lou to stay with him tonight. They melt into a kiss. The next day they continue to enjoy themselves, and at night they gaze at the starry sky. Will tells Lou that she is incredible. With her, he has felt alive again. It comes as a surprise to him that Lou knows about the euthanasia. She promises that she will make him happy, because the most important thing is that they love each other. But this does not make Will change his decision. It could be a good life, but it would not be his life. He will never come to terms with this situation. Through tears Lou begs him to reconsider, but he only wants what is best for her. Every morning Will wakes up in despair and can no longer go on like this. He is waiting for all the pain and suffering to end. And Will would be happy if Lou accompanied him to Switzerland, on his final journey. She cannot understand how he can ask this of her. It is an extremely selfish act. Lou tried so hard, but in the end she found herself powerless to change anything. The return flight passes in a very somber atmosphere. At the airport, they are met by Camilla and Stephen. From the look on Lou's face, they immediately understand that the trip did not go smoothly. The young woman refuses payment and only asks for forgiveness, after which she leaves. Trina is deeply sorry to hear that nothing worked out. She hugs her sister in a show of support. When Josie learns about the euthanasia, she is furious. In her opinion, it is tantamount to murder, and a person in Will's condition cannot make such decisions. But Bernard does not agree with his wife because it is Will's choice. Nothing and no one can force a person to change. Bernard advises his daughter to be with Will in the final moments of his life, otherwise she will regret it for the rest of her days. Trina takes her sister to Switzerland. Camilla and Stephen are very glad to see Lou there and thank her for everything. Will feels complete peace of mind, knowing that the woman he loves will be by his side until the very last moment. They lose themselves in each other's arms, for the last time. Will wishes so much that everything could be different, but fate has decreed otherwise. He passes away surrounded by those closest to him. Several weeks pass after his death. Following the instructions in Will's farewell letter, Lou goes to Paris and visits his favorite places. He also left her a large sum of money, so that she could start anew. Reading these lines, Lou cries. She is wearing the very striped tights that Will gave her for her birthday,